Hey guys, welcome back. Quick video today of the loose pieces from our fan mailbox. I don't think I have too much to say about these, but I did want to get them featured on the channel individually. I'm pretty sure I mentioned I would do that back when we unpacked the box. But, you know, it's always fun to go through just bags of loose Lego like this and see what there is. Maybe take a couple guesses about stuff that I know and find a few things that I don't know about to look up later. There's Nexo Knights, the trans neon orange panel there. Some of these really large spoked wheels that have the pin connection. I think I only had one of these before in this pearl gray from Bricks and Minifigs haul. And yeah, if you don't remember where this came from, go ahead and check out our fan mail package there. That was just something that came in a month or two ago, and it was really cool to receive that and open it up and kind of get that distributed to myself, Josh, and Annika and Jessica, who are also on here on this channel every now and then. These are the 3x3x6 engines. These were featured on a HuTap number 17. And dark green might be a new color for my collection, if I'm not mistaken. Probably one of the rare colors for that piece. So, pretty nice mix here in this first bag. And I think these are from local Bricks and Minifigs. Oh yeah, vintage rail, vintage blue rail. That reminds me of the vintage eBay haul that I had going through. So I've got one more of those to add in now. A lot of these bright light orange, some bricks, some curved slopes, and a couple plates as well. So that's a fun color. I'd like to use that color more, but I haven't built a lot that utilizes it. Aside from my rebuild of the Hidden Side school bus, I did make an alternate model for that set. Alright, let's move along to a larger bag of loose pieces. Some plates in here. The thing that sticks out right away is this large lattice. So we've got a 1x8 kind of brick attachment point, and then it does extend another 4 studs, 2 on either side. So it's a 1x12 by maybe 12 bricks high, and it is a lattice kind of wall panel from the larger scale Scala or Scala. I still don't know how to say that, if it's which emphasis of the A is correct, but this was a larger scale system that Lego was putting out. It used regular bricks, but there were larger molds like this used throughout. So pretty sure this piece was only in 1 or 2 colors, and in those 1 or 2 colors it was only in a handful of sets. So it's not a terribly common piece, but it's also not in very high demand. I do have a few ideas of where I would be able to use this, some things I've been having on the back burner. Don't expect to see them anytime soon, but I am going to file this away. I guess it's just one of those obscure pieces that I like to collect. So, a large lattice panel over here. Let's get some of these plates out of the way. Quite a few plates in this medium azure color. Might be useful for some water, shallower water. I think this is the color used in Pirates of Barracuda Bay. There was a little bit of water suggested in the kind of the support base for that set. So now that those are kind of separated out, we can see some more of the detail parts in here. We do have a dark red roller coaster element, and the roller coaster track system is pretty new. I think that was introduced in 2017. I've done a video about the different types of tracks used in that system, and just what they have been able to do with just 6 or 7 different types of track. And then even beyond what Lego has put out, one of the coolest things I've seen done with these, with the curved ones, is instead of making a turn when it's level, builders have flipped them on their side to make a loop using the circular. I think it's just a quarter turn element. So check those out. Very cool design that I don't think was introduced in an official set. It was actually introduced when people started building their own projects with these. So that is a video on our channel. Quite a few of the smaller treads are all linked up together here. This is one of those pieces I just grab no matter how many there are that I see. Even if there's just one or two kind of floating around in the bottom of a loose area, like at Bricks and Minifigs and stuff, because at some point you'll have enough to make some treads, and even if you're just buying a couple at a time, by the end of the year, Josh and I have been to Bricks and Minifigs or the hobby store 4 or 5 times. So if we're getting 4 or 5 treads per trip, then we have 20 to 30 treads by the end of the year. You do that a couple times and you end up with a decent number of treads. Some of the spider web pieces here. It's one of those Lego pieces that it's very specific in the purpose it serves. So if you need a spider web in a little set or a mock or something, they've got you covered, but after that there's not a lot of applications for it. And I say this not having seen a lot done with this piece other than spider webs. So if you guys know of any builds that put this piece to use in a different context that proves me wrong, I'd be interested to see it, because it's definitely something out there where there's all these Lego pieces that seem so specific, and then builders take them and do something completely different, and it blows my mind sometimes. So that might be one of those things. We've got a couple of stacked chairs, and with the blue chairs, I remember that was one of the pieces I was just grabbing at the Detroit Bricks and Minifigs, I think. I started seeing them all over the place, and by the end of the day, I had decided to just grab them whenever I saw them, so I ended up with almost 20 blue chairs in that haul. I do like this mudguard. It's another one of those recent pieces. The thing is, unless you have a multicolor car, you kind of need to have 4 in the color that you're going to build with. So kind of like the tank treads, I don't mind grabbing 1 or 2 here and there when I see them, because I know I'll have an opportunity to go and get more of them in that same color. But until you're at that point, maybe there's not a lot you can do with this vehicle wise. It can serve other purposes. It's like an engine intake or something. 8x8 plate with the cutout, kind of the lattice pattern on there. Another spider web. And Josh also got some loose pieces, so he might be going through those at some point. But this was just what I ended up with. A medium blue bucket, a reddish brown bucket, same piece, different color. Just in general, a really nice mix of different elements. Something I like to see with that variety. I know I've talked about this before when I'm picking my own hauls. So getting this in like a fan mail package that someone else has picked, I really appreciate that approach coming from a different collector, a different fan that has evidently watched our channel quite a bit to know that. Neon orange. The transparent neon colors do glow under ultraviolet light. So that's one of those things where if you have the right display set up with all of that equipment going, it can look really, really cool. But outside of displays and a few promotional original advertisements that Lego would have used when they were putting these pieces in sets and stuff, you just don't see that utilized a lot. Something I'd like to see more in the community. Make use of that neon glow. It's really cool. The 4x4 plate cutout. Something I actually needed for the Patriot Hill project when I was putting that spiral staircase in. So now that I have one, I might do some modifications there. Okay, so yeah, there's plenty more stuff in here that's different, but I will go ahead and cap it at that for the big bag. Glance through some of the pieces that were already separated. Printed plates, printed tiles, and some printed bricks as well. I think this one is a sticker. No, maybe not. Like the Gringotts from the original Diagon Alley set. We've got an updated version of that scene last year, 2020. Quite a few 2x2 square and 2x2 round tiles printed. And then these Hobbit prints are actually on an inverted 2x2 tile. Just the way that those were attached in the original set, I think, is how that's related there. Some of the hidden side smartphones with the ghost on there. And this is the updated version of the tan letter. There's also an updated version of, maybe not this one, but the other piece of mail got a print update recently. I like these a lot. These have some detail on there, maybe like a headstone, some stonework and stuff. Those are cool too. Well, the last chapter is some minifigs and a few other parts that were separate from the rest. So like I was just saying, actually 4 copies of the same color right here. So I think that is the same. Light azure, medium azure. Now I have 5. Saving up for 8 of them now, I guess. Or I can build a 5-wheel vehicle. Some other larger molds like the canoe, life raft, and this is pretty new from the Ferrari Speed Champions 8 wide vehicles. Developed a new windshield to get their scaling right. So this has been released in a couple different colors and prints. This specific one is from the Ferrari set. The printed quarter section, 4 copies of which make a donut. I think that's from 2019 City, a donut shop or something like that. And then this is set aside because it has the opalescent plastic effect added in. This is a pretty new effect as well. It was also done in the Friends waterfall set that Jessica reviewed for us a while back. So if I still have room for cards, I'll put it in up there. I think I probably used all 5 of my card slots already. But it's been a lot of fun, just as I record this, to think back and see how many ways this ties into stuff we've already done on our channel. And just go down memory lane a little bit there. All 3 of the main minion characters ended up here in my lot. And a lot of these minifigs, in fact all of the minifig components, that was something that we actually pooled, the 4 of us pooled together, and then we just took turns picking out the pieces that we wanted to end up with. And once we'd all picked some minifigs, there was then another round of trading and swapping. So I think we were pretty happy with what we ended up with. Again, Josh, Annika, and Jessica each getting a share of this lot as well. But there was the one Fabuland fig, one of the larger animal figures. These are from the 80s, so something I did not have yet. I wasn't trying too hard to get this added to the collection, but it is something different to add in. It might even end up in my minifig display case somewhere in the corner. If I have like a zone of that case for kind of obscure guys like that, that would be a cool place to put him. Some other complete figs would be one of the antagonists from the Atlantis theme. I think that was late 2000s. A Star Wars pilot, Imperial pilot. This is a pretty recent Dumbledore with the dark red printing on there. The Swamp Monster. This, I believe, is the Lego Movie version of the Swamp Monster, and that character was based on a collectible minifigure from back early on in the CMF series. So it's either one of the 2 there. And then this guy is also a collectible minifigure, and I think that tray is in here as well. So this tray has 1x1 stud connection. The edging on here is something that a minifig can grip, and then it's a really smooth surface for hot dog or drink or something. I think this print is from Barracuda Bay. Jose's in would have been the converted version of the pirate ship into the hideout. And then some of the other stuff here, some more Harry Potter. This would be the Bellatrix dress, and that is the new skirt element, 2018, I think. So yeah, a lot of these minifigure components actually within the last 3 years. Severus Snape, but also some older stuff actually. Where did I see that? There was a gale storm from the Adventurers somewhere in here. Or that's Pip and Reed actually. So the Pip and Reed head from early 2000s, and maybe some of these other ones. The Redbeard would be early Pirates. What else we got here? Yep, couple. This goes back to the old days, and then that middle one is more recent. Some other printed legs. Really good mix of minifigs here. It's wonderful. Wonderful fan mail package. Just doing a little bit of unpacking further into the loose parts. Would have been something we skimmed over a little bit during the initial unboxing, but wanted to get back to this. And yes, it really has been sitting this long down in my studio down there. Just been working on other projects, but did get around to sorting this out. So thanks for waiting, guys. There is some more similar videos, kind of topic like this, where I'm going to go through some eBay hauls coming up. I've put a pause on that for a little while, but I think I have a few that are ready to get back into. So keep an eye out for those coming up, and we'll see you there on Brick System Brothers.